Hello, and thank you for joining us today to hear an update on the draft waste management strategy. My name's Alex Peters, and Courtney Williams will also be presenting this strategy today. The purpose of today's presentation is to give you a quick introduction to who Talis Consultants are, provide you a background on the project, provide you an update on the status of the waste management strategy, provide an overview of the telephone survey and the key findings, discuss the key themes and initiatives that came from the telephone survey, provide details on further community engagement, and provide an indicative timeline for the completion of the project. Talis Consultants is a multidisciplinary company with services in asset management, noise, environment, spatial engineering, and of course, waste. We provide end-to-end waste management services, including strategic, infrastructure design, waste auditing, procurement contracts, and construction supervision. So we like to think that we know what we're talking about when it comes to waste management. So a bit of a project background. Since 1999, Council has had a two-bin system where the red lid bin has been sent to Suez's facility at New Line Road. The waste is turned into a product called Mixed Waste Organics Outputs, or MWOO for short, and is used to rehabilitate mining, forestry and agricultural land. A recent decision by the New South Wales EPA was to revoke the exemption of using that product and applying it to land. And as a result, Council's current waste collection and processing system is unable to produce a suitable landfill diversion result. Council is currently in discussions with Suez and the EPA around possible options going forward with that facility. However, to ensure Council makes the best decision long-term, it is essential that a long-term strategy is developed. So this strategy will look at areas covering the short, medium and longer term, and will focus on these 5 key areas: municipal solid waste management, dry recycling management, problem waste recycling. We'll have reduction targets, and we'll look at the facilities that are required both now and into the future to manage waste and recycling. The strategy will address how Council can meet the current targets set by the New South Wales EPA and future targets as the strategy evolves. Identify opportunities to provide waste services more efficiently through benchmarking against what other councils do. Identify opportunities for Council to utilise waste assets and resources in the most efficient manner to maximise recovery. Identify opportunities to reduce waste to landfill through the recycling of additional material, either through the procuring of waste technology or the use of alternative processing options. The strategy will deliver improvements for Council and residents in regards to waste avoidance, reduction and resource recovery, possible regional cooperation and coordination, service delivery, and of course have a strong element of community education. So far, what has been done on the waste strategy? Well, we undertook a project inception meeting with Council and Talis, and we discussed the goals and objectives for the strategy and what we wanted achieved. We undertook site visits at the Salamander Bay Transfer Station, along with Suez's Resource Recovery Park at New Line Road. We then undertook a thorough desktop review, assessing all the information that Council has, but also what's available from a regional perspective and also a state perspective to give us a good understanding of Council's current situation regarding waste management. We then developed a telephone survey, and from that developed key themes and initiatives which we'll discuss further. So the telephone survey analysed the current behaviours, preferences and levels of support for Council's new waste strategy. We targeted 400 completed responses in October. Each of those 400 responses were picked at complete random. And as a result, the results were representative and quantitative, allowing us to truly be confident in the results of what the community thought and felt about waste management. As you can see, the samples came evenly in each of the 3 wards. And this again was reassuring to know that we had sampled a diverse range across the council area. So the survey started with a series of questions about current behaviours and the current services provided by council. We looked at the capacity of the curbside bins at time of presentation, the frequency of curbside bin presentation, and the preferred frequency of curbside bin collection and size of curbside bins. We then asked about the method of disposing of items, whether or not the community were using just the curbside bins or were they using Salamander Bay transfer station as well. Along with that, were they using council's free garden organics and recycling drop-off days? Participants were then asked to indicate their level of support for the following waste management ideals and concepts. So did they support minimising the environmental, social and economic impacts of littering, encouraging waste avoidance and reuse behaviours to help generate less waste, expansion of waste and recycling education programs to the community, increasing recycling by recovering food and garden organics, increasing the range of recycling options for community and businesses, developing markets for the reuse, repair and reselling of waste, and prohibiting the use of single-use plastics. At the end of the survey, participants were then asked to detail one future waste management priority, which was an open-ended question, giving the resident the opportunity to provide any further information that they felt necessary. The outcomes from the survey led to the formulation of the following themes and initiatives which will be considered during the development of the strategy. And Courtney will go through those in detail now.
The first theme and initiative relates to the curbside collection service. Council is looking at the introduction of alternative sizes of waste and recycling bins, including the option of a 140 litre. We feel that Council needs to promote the availability of a 360 litre recycling bin, as it was indicated that residents were unaware that this service was available. Introduction of a 3rd curbside bin for the collection of garden organics or food organics and garden organics. And consider the transitioning to a user-paid bulky waste collection service. We are also requesting that Council consider the number of drop-off days for garden organics and problem wastes. There was strong support for the implementation of a Council-supported anti-littering campaign, and to run in conjunction with that, we are recommending that Council review the locations and collection frequencies of their current public place litter bins. There was interest in the implementation of a local ban on single-use plastics, and to support that, there would need to be an education campaign for both businesses and residents, as well as visitors that come to your area. We are recommending that Council introduce a sustainable events policy that requires the use of recyclable or compostable packaging and source separation of waste collected at events. There is a need to consider the expansion of materials collected at the Salamander Bay transfer station to include items such as soft plastics, polystyrene and textiles. There was a keen interest from those that responded to the survey to introduce and promote additional education campaigns, including reuse, upcycling and repair workshops. as well as greater promotion of materials accepted at the Salamander Bay transfer station, and promotion of anti-littering programs, single-use plastic ban, and sustainable events policies if those initiatives were to be implemented. In terms of further community engagement, there is an online forum to be held on Wednesday the 25th of November from 5:30 to 6:30 through Facebook Live. There is also an online survey that's currently available on Council's Have Your Say website, where residents will have the opportunity to provide feedback on the proposed themes and initiatives. So everyone is encouraged to visit the website and respond to that survey. In terms of the project timeline, as you can see, we're in the community engagement phase at the moment. There will be an options report prepared for Council, which will include a number of preferred themes and initiatives to be rolled out. This will lead to the development of a draft strategy, which will be the community-facing strategy document. And Council will be aiming to have that document go on public exhibition in June next year, with the final document being adopted in July of next year. Thank you for your time.